Hello everyone, welcome back to the My 24 Plan channel. This is Christina and today we are putting the finishing touches on my ring bound planner. Okay, so I made some notes here. This planner is an A5 size and it is a Filofax soft domino in pale pink. And I wanted to show you how I have this set up, and I wanted to add some last things here, or at least the ones I could think of right now, for the setup for this for 2021. Now, this planner is going to be for my 24 plan, but you can absolutely duplicate all of these things in a everyday carry planner or a main planner for yourself. Okay, so I wanted to use some winter paper. So if I see any too Christmassy things, I may remove those. And I just have a few things here on my list that I wanted to take care of. One of the things I want to show you with the dividers is I keep the leftover pieces, and I'll end up, let's see if I can find it. I have this corner rounder, and I will take this and I will round these corners off. And this thing is real easy. My hands don't hurt. I usually have problems with my hands, but this thing is real easy to push. And that's the medium size rounding there. And I will take these and I will tip them in to my Hobonichi cousin. I could hole punch them and add them in here. I could add them to my reading journal. So I kind of use them as journaling cards, if you will. So the front would be decorated, and then the back is where I would write on it. So I just wanted to share that with you. So let's do this here real quick. This isn't terrible. We'll leave that. What I want to do up here is, this is the notes section, the inbox. This is where you open it first, okay? And I do use Post-it notes a lot. I need to incorporate some more actually, but I wanted to add some of these notepad pages. Now these are just pages that you would get, from the Target Dollar Bin, the Dollar Tree. You can get them on Amazon even for people like us who don't have those types of stores up here in Anchorage, Alaska. This actually needs to go back. So once I write something down that needs to be moved, because initially when I'm watching these videos, I watched multiple videos to kind of compile this list. So now I need to take this and put it where it belongs. Notice also I never pull open my rings. I always use the ends here, okay? So that helps to not have gaps in your rings. I'm going to move that page real quick back here. And that's going to be an upcoming video, actually. Okay, so there's a few other things here. So I want to make sure I leave those up front so that I can add to those first, okay? I have some of this paper. I think it was super cute. It's blank, no lines or anything, plain paper. And then I also have some lined paper. And I'm going to be adding some of my Stylogy paper. So I tore apart a Stylogy that I had partially used, and I kind of trimmed up the edges a little bit, and then I just hole punched it, and we are adding it into this section. And it's not going to flip because I'm on camera. And watch me tear the holes. Come on. It's going to bother me. Come on, get off there. I already tore it. I lost them on paper. That's all right. All right. Now, the next one we have is calendar. I think I'm just going to leave it. It's a little bit Christmassy, obviously, but I already have the word on there. So I think I'm just going to leave that one. And what I did, this is a part of a insert from Peanuts Planner Co. that I am using as a to-do list, okay? So I have different categories here in these boxes. And then I have my boxes to tick it off. And then these are from Lucky Little Planner on Etsy. And I just added some scrapbook, or some washi tape rather. These are from Peanuts Planner Co. This is 1 to 31. And this is from Lucky Little Planner Habit Tracker. So in this section, I have, that is first. How I use this though, this is a supplement or an additional planner, okay? So I have these lists in here for my tasks that I need to do, but these will end up being migrated, yes, written again, into my main planner, okay? But I think of things that I need to do while I'm working in this planner, and so I need a place to write those things down. And so I have them all gathered up right here of all the information that I need. Probably as the month of January goes by, I'm going to show you kind of how I end up using some of these other inserts. Okay, then I just have this But First coffee because I love coffee. And then I have these, I think these are Carpe Diem. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what they are. And they're undated. So I have January, and I just wrote the dates in. I was going to make it pretty, but this is kind of a Scrabble planner where I'm thinking. This is kind of content planning, editorial calendar, if you will. So, but these are really cute, pretty dividers here. I'll flip through those real quick. And then I have some vellum. And then I ended up putting a goals tab in here, and I may remove it because, actually I'm just going to take it out right now. I am going to be using something else, and that is not in my 2021 planner lineup, but you will see it soon. So this is that insert. I'll look up the number, but this is how the insert comes. And it is an actual tip in, a fold. So you can use it like this, which it has so many uses. But I ended up cutting it and just using this horizontal section. All right, so I'm going to remove that. Okay, so then I have blog. And I have this marker here, which that will end up being put where I'm working. Acetate with sticky notes on it. And then this is kind of like the main, like my content buckets right here, and some social media type planning, just some main things right here. So what I want to do is I want to take this off, and I know it's pink, but let me just show you. All right, so I cut up some more because I didn't have any. That's why I had to stick that on there like that. Okay, and we're going to dig around in my drawer here. I'm going to use these scissors up here if I can get a hold of them. And look, they're pink. How funny is that? I'm just going to cut that off there. And lick my fingers so I can pick it up. Alright, so we're going to just put this on like so. Okay, and then this is where I'm keeping my outlines and my ideas and things. And And I do have a few pages back here to work with. And then I ended up putting this on there. So I don't have my tabs. Yeah, I do. I can use this. Let me just grab one real quick. This is my Sterlite, my newest Sterlite container. And I just have all kinds of Post-it tabs and Avery. That's usually what I buy. And I'm going to take one of these. This is that snap together. So these two, you know, snap on the end there, like so. And it has a handle. And then there's a bottom compartment also. And this actually comes out. So you could take it out and work with it. Or you can just use it like this if you want to, depending on what you're trying to organize. So, there's that little tip. All right. So, I'm going to take this page out because there's nothing written on it. So, I'm just going to call it a loss, okay? And I'm going to take this one. And I don't have to have things matchy. Like, I'm fine with the way that this is going to come together for me. If I can find a Sharpie, that would be awesome. I have this little drawer on my dresser here that I have tools in, but of course I don't have what I'm looking for, so that's always fun. All right, so this is going to be for Patreon. And I'm going to lay this to the side for a moment and let that dry for just a second. Okay. So I'll probably forget before this video is over, but you saw me make it. All right. So just have some lined paper. So what you want to do is look at what your sections are. Okay. You're going to add sections. You're going to take away sections. But you have to have a starting point, right, of what you want to do, what you think you want to do, okay? And then you're going to take away and add as needed, all right? So these Post-it tabs are fantastic. There's a lot of different, you know, some variation with styles and colors and sizes even. And so explore that and you'll find what you like, okay? So content, I'm doing outlines. So I could use a grid paper here or a lined paper, right? So that's typically what I would gravitate toward, okay? So for Patreon, it's going to be the same thing. Hopefully this dried. So what I could do is I'll probably do that to the other one as well. Is I'm going to cut that off there crooked, but that's okay. And I also do take the corner, the rounded off of the other side so it doesn't look wonky. And I'm just going to stick it on here. And I don't have to have it all lined up and all the things. So see how that pulled right off of there? Okay, let me hold it a little bit better. Maybe I'll get it semi-straight. Okay. So there's that. Okay. Now, and another thing too is, you know, typically whenever I'm going to this section, I'm going to go down here to blog first and then I can start seeing, okay, where am I going? I don't just go, oh, I need a Patreon and like start trying to find the tab. You know what I mean? That's not how I do it. All right. So this one I was using social media, vellum. I think that's fine. Some tools I use and some notes I have for Pinterest. And then that's what I was actually going to use this 1 to 31 for, is planning out the social media content for each platform. So my two, well, I should say, Instagram and Pinterest are the two platforms, Patreon and YouTube as well. Okay. Like I said, these are a really, really universal. I don't even know. I'll put it up on the screen when I go and edit. what this insert is called because it's so good. It's just so good. The tracker, the to-do list section, the horizontal boxes, the fold out. I mean, it's just great. It's probably a weekly, I would say. I don't know for sure. And then there's some lined paper back here too. Okay, and then I have store because this year I'm going to be selling workbooks. I'm going to be doing some virtual planning workshops. If you are interested in those things, please comment below and let me know that you are interested. Okay. Not that you're signing up or anything like that, but that you are interested in those things because I would love to hear what your ideas are and what you're kind of interested in. Okay. So I'm taking notes on those. And then I have the website, so I have some vellum for that. This one, the website, and maybe some even the store, this blank paper is great for because I can mind map, I can brain dump, brainstorm, and just really get my thoughts out. Drawing, mocking up a page, how I want a page to be on my website, those type of things. So that's what I say when I'm talking about paper types of what you're doing on the paper. If you want lined, grid, dot grid, or plain. Okay. So the next one is the Reader's Mastermind Group. And for this one, I'm not going to leave it on that paper. I'm going to, it's really full now that I added that Stylogy paper in the front. Okay. And here again, just starting to add some notes and thinking space is basically what I use that for. And then this section is list and reference and things. So pre-writing, emails, and then back here I have this laminated paper that kind of serves as a page lifter of sorts, and then also this top loading pocket right there. All right. So actually, you know what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and I'm going to use my, well, I've already done it. If I can find them, here we go. I use this tab punch right here. Well, how I do it is I open this up and I hold it upside down and I put my paper in there and punch it. Okay, and what that makes are these. I'll lay them down so you can see them. Okay, so I'm going to write on one side of that, and then I'm going to use, if I can find my things, Elmer's tape runner adhesive. Okay, and I'm going to adhere those to my dividers. Now, I use scrapbook paper for this. You could probably use a cardstock and just do single-sided maybe. I haven't really experimented in that way with them. But the cool thing is that you don't have to have a Sharpie because this is scrapbook paper. You know, you don't have to have a fancy something to write on that. And probably have these in here at least through the month of January, probably February, March, maybe even, kind of a wintry, patterns, I guess. So I'm going to do that real quick. And I'm just going to write it on both sides since I don't know, am. And I'm just going to show you one here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I usually will put this on, let's use that piece of paper we're going to throw away, all right? And I will put this on the one strip on the bottom and one on the top. And the reason why I do the top is if I'm going to have a back side, which on this one I am, right? So that the other one, I'll show you here. Let me turn my page over. I'm still going to do the same thing to this one too, though, but this stuff is really good, y'all. I really like this one. I know there's a lot of variety with these things, but I really, really like this Elmer brand. I hope I'm in frame. Yeah, I think I am. All right, and then let me get this on here. All right, so what happens when I did the top of it is, because I wasn't doing that before, I was only doing the bottom. And what was happening is this top was separating. Now, you can use clear tape over this also and make it stick, you know, like cover it, almost like laminating it. But I'm not going to do that right at the moment. But if you have dividers, you know, say you're going to leave them in there and they start, you know, wearing, you know, just wear and tear, you can absolutely add a piece of tape over that and that would laminate it, right? And I will say, you know, my note section, my inbox is always in the front. That's just how I've always done it. Since I was 13 and I'm 42. So, you know, I've just always done it like that. And then back in the back is always references and lists and things like that I just kind of need to refer to for information, basically. You know, login information, website addresses if I need certain ones, you know, just to have on hand. That is all I have for you guys, though. This notebook is back here in the back. That's kind of how it's set up. It does have a pocket area right here where you could hide something and maybe a password list. And it has this side pocket there in the front, and I have some things printed out from my website that I wanted to kind of look at. Sometimes I just want to print things out and just, you know, see it all out in front of me instead of on my computer screen all the time. And yeah, this came from a keychain. I think I mentioned that in one of my videos before, and I just tied it on here to add a little something something. And yeah, so I keep these, and this is, like I said, my go-to corner rounder, tab maker, or tab punch rather, and the Elmer's tape runner. Those are all great tools. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, and reminding you to comment down below if you are interested in workshops, virtual workshops online. It's kind of, some of the things that I'm thinking about are like virtual planner meetups, but just doing it online instead, since we can't gather together, and just building that community. That's kind of my focus this year. Well, for 2021 rather, here in another week or so, right? But, and then workbooks, right now I have a planning contents workbook, and I'm working on creating a routines workbook. I have a draft done of that, so I'm kind of pushing along. But if there are any topics that you are interested in, any videos that you would like to see, or anything like that, please don't hesitate to ask. Reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.